Hey there friends, I'm Andrew from the Scrapbox, and we just got the official cast announcement for Avengers Doomsday.
That's a lot of chairs.
And while there are a lot of characters who we don't know what they're going to look like because we haven't seen them in years, we do have a strong hint about what the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Victor Von Doom will look like. Since somebody leaked all the concept art. So of course, we gotta make our big bad of Doomsday out of Lego. But not only will I be making a normal Victor Von Doom minifigure, but I will also be making God Emperor Doom. What are we still doing here? Let's get to it. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all my strange projects. Now back to it. A problem of perspective. Usually when you make art of a character, you have multiple references to work from. And while there are many Doctor Doom references, there are only two for our newest Doctor Doom. These two art pieces are all we have, and unfortunately, he's sitting in both of them. And even this one! I myself find it difficult to reference a sitting model, so I'm going to do my best to take the information from the images and recreate him standing up. Now, am I good at art? No. Do I wish I was good at art? Yes. Do I need to practice? Absolutely. I'm gonna do the best I can, and it's just gonna be a reference for when we remake them as a Lego minifigure. Dr. Doom fun facts. Dr. Doom plays a mean piano. He loves his mama, and he loves to cosplay, and has dressed up as his favorite superheroes and villains multiple times. Currently, Dr. Doom is the comic sorcerer supreme after a vampiric incident. He once destroyed a perfect universe because his variant called his costume ridiculous, and he turned Fortnite's Mr. Fantastic into a ball. Wonderful. But with all of those out of the way, we've got ourselves a standing reference. From the fur lining, to the tunic, to the inordinate amount of lines Marvel puts in all of their costumes, this will make a much easier time transferring into a minifigure. But there was one thing I really noticed. How much the armor resembled Iron Man, giving more credence to MCU's Doom being a Tony variant. The leg matches perfectly, and the mask is only slightly different than an Iron Man faceplate, which gives me an idea. Hold on, people with no media literacy are gonna invade the comments if I don't mention this. Yes, I know, Doom also has circle joints on his knees and hollow cheeks. I'm just showing you that the resemblance is uncanny. Alright, I think we've got a basic image of what our new Doctor Doom is going to look like. So, let's build him. And we're gonna start with the head. Every Blender project starts with a cube that must be destroyed. Cursed cube, be gone! There we go. As you can see, I'm starting off with 3 items: a fur collar, an Iron Man helmet, and a hood. It's our job to combine them into something feasible. Now, I won't be able to keep the helmet functional, but I can shrink the faceplate a bit and have it fit in the hood's opening. And I'm actually making 2 versions of this head, one without the fur, as God Emperor Doom doesn't have fur on his collar, and one with the fur, for our normal Victor Von Doom. I also added some medallions which are present in basically every Doom design. Now I gotta render them for my resin printer, start up the whole system, and begin my print. Alright, our head is designed. I'm sending it off to the printer right now. Fingers crossed that it turns out nicely. I've been making a lot of adjustments to my 3D printer and my UV printer. 3D printer, I think, is gonna do a lot better. UV printer, we're gonna find out. Speaking of finding out, we gotta make some decals. We gotta make his outfit. Yeah. When designing the decals, I try to make it as accurate to my reference as possible, just cleaning up some of the line work and morphing it to fit Lego proportions. I am very fortunate in my choice to make both regular and God Emperor Doom, as in the comics, Doom's new outfit is just a recolor of his normal outfit, which means theoretically, MCU's Doom would do the same. So, for Doom's second iteration, I changed the green to white, then changed some minor details, and the whole thing went swimmingly. I really enjoyed making the armor bits, but I'm trying to think of a way to make 3D elbow armor for the figures. I didn't end up making a head print for Doom as he'd be wearing his helmet, but you can always use a Tony Stark head, or the regular Doom head. With our decals made, I can send them to The UV printer. This UV printer is designed to print on Lego pieces, but recently it decided that some of the prints would dry crackly and messed up. There's also no instructions or customer service. I've tried a couple different things to help it, and it's much better than at the beginning, but I feel like I'm trying to course correct a plane without knowing what any of the dials are. This time I cleaned the nozzles and extruders, and we'll have to see. I also got a third-party chrome minifigure for God Emperor Doom, and I only have one, so hopefully I don't mess it up. The helmets are done. While I send his parts off to my terrifying UV printer, we gotta paint his helmets. Painting should be pretty straightforward, but you know me, so something's gotta go off the rails. 1. Don't paint tiny things if you've been up super late and fueled by caffeine. And 2. I got this liquid chrome marker I thought would give God Emperor Doom a super shiny mask, but it didn't. And then it melted the paint job I put on top of that. Wonderful. Normal Doom's helmet went okay. I'm not the biggest fan of how I painted his eyes and mouth, but like I said, caffeine and steady hands don't usually mix. Checking on the printer, and it looks like the base coat came out well, and the arms, side of the legs, and back of the torsos turned out pretty good as well. But the leg and torso fronts had a lot of trouble with crackling. I have 2 theories. 1. The black ink doesn't have the right amount of UV light to dry. It seems more finicky than the other colors, so either it's getting too much or too little. And 2. There's a geographic advantage to the prints. This side came out great, even with black ink, and this side not so much. Perhaps it gets more UV exposure, so everything dries correctly, but now I have to think, how can I test both theories? Alright, all of our parts are complete. You know what that means. We gotta put them together and take a final look at not only Victor Von Doom, but God Emperor Doom. For all of the problems thrown their way, they aren't terrible. I definitely like how God Emperor Doom came out more, but I'm gonna come back and touch up both of their paints after a long rest. Even with the ink crackling, I'd give them both, B's. I think they turned out okay. Honestly, I was 50-50. I was kind of feeling the hype from the Marvel livestream. I really want to see what he officially looks like. I think it's going to be pretty similar. The decals and the prints will both be available to member tiers on Patreon, a link in description. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Tell me what characters I should design next. They don't have to be Marvel characters. They could be from anything. I mean, look at I do so many different things. But yeah, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please subscribe. Anyways, I've been Andrew. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye.